ready to get married if Josiah asked? Would she be ready to join the Yoder family? She couldn't think about that now. She had so much to do, and the market was opening in 5 minutes. As she entered her booth, she cringed. She'd never get even half her inventory organized in time. What would her customers think if her space was disheveled? They might consider buying their produce at a more presentable market, although hers was the only booth here that sold such a variety from a garden. She turned toward the empty shelves and pressed her lips together. "We'll help you. Put us to work." Christiana seemed to have read Salina's mind. "But you have to get your own booths ready." Salina gestured across the aisle. "We are ready," Jeff said. "Donkey, then." Salina's shoulders sagged as humiliation set in. Her tardiness wasn't affecting only her day. It was affecting Christiana and Jeff's, too, and she hated that. She set out a box of corn on the cob, and then unloaded plastic containers of blackberries. Soon the hum of customers' conversations danced from the aisle as she turned to arrange a display of cucumbers. "Excuse me." Salina spun to look up into the face of a man with golden blonde hair and striking blue eyes. He looked to be in his late 20s, and she could tell by his clothes that he was Mennonite and not Amish. He wore a blue plaid button-down shirt and jeans, along with suspenders that clipped to his waistband. He also held a hat in his hand. It was similar to the straw hats her father and brother wore, but its rim wasn't quite as broad. And he was tall, just as tall as her father and brother, if not taller. "Goody Maria." He was also clean-shaven, but unlike Amish men, a Mennonite man without a beard could be single or married. "Hello." Salina stood straighter and swiped her hands down her apron, hoping she looked acceptable for her first customer. "How much for all your cherry tomatoes?" He jammed his thumb toward the display Christiana had just set out. Salina blinked. Had she heard him correctly? "You want all of them? Please." He gestured widely. "I'd also like all your cucumbers, carrots, and butterhead lettuce." Salina tilted her head and studied his face. She wasn't in the mood for humor this morning. "Is this some kind of joke?" He chuckled. "No, it's not. I own the restaurant across the street. Zimmerman's Family Restaurant. You may have noticed it. We've been open for about a year, and I want to add some dishes with local ingredients to my menu and upgrade my salad bar. I'm not just the owner, I'm the chef, too." "Oh. You'll have to stop by for a meal sometime." She nodded and looked past him as customers filed in and out of nearby booths. How would she make it through the day if this man wiped out so much of what she had to offer? Christiana and Jeff came over, and her cousin's eyes sparkled with what was no doubt curiosity as she looked back and forth between Salina and her customer. "We're going to head back to our booths now. Donkey for your help." Salina touched Christiana's arm. "I'll talk to you later." "Gern geschehen." Christiana nodded at the man, who smiled at her, and then she and Jeff hurried off. The man looked down at the floor as Daisy, the resident marketplace cat, brushed against his leg. Then he grinned as he squatted and rubbed her chin. "Hello there. What's your name?" "That's Daisy," Salina said. "She lives here and likes to visit with the vendors and customers." "Nice to make your acquaintance, Daisy," he told the gray tabby before he stood and gave Salina 2 palms up. "What do you say, then? How much for everything I need?" "Let me work up a price for you." "Fantastic." He rubbed his hands together. "You have a great selection. Where do you get your produce?" "I have a large garden." She walked to the counter at the back of her booth, and he followed. "You grow all this?" He glanced around, taking in all her displays. "Yeah." She pulled a calculator from a shelf under the counter. "This is impressive. How long have you been gardening?" "Ever since I could walk, I suppose." She began pushing buttons. "Goody Maria, Salina," one of her regular customers called as she entered the booth, causing her to look up. "Hi, Salina." Another Amish woman waved at her. Salina smiled at them both before one perused her cucumbers and the other her corn. Then she finished her task and gave the man her price. "That's fair." He pulled out his wallet and counted out a stack of bills. "I can tell you're popular around here." Her cheeks heated as she took his money. "I'm not popular, but my produce sells well. I'm not surprised you stay busy." He slipped his wallet back into his jeans pocket and then held out his hand. "I'm Will Zimmerman, by the way." She shook his hand. "Salina Petersheim." "Nice to meet you. How are you